How Herbert Wigwe secretly bankrolls City of David Church and emerged the highest shareholder in Access Bank. It has been revealed that Access Bank Chief Executive Officer Herbert Wigwe was the one secretly bankrolling City of David Church, a branch of the Redeemed Christian Church of God in the upscale community of Lekki, Lagos. Last year in December, Herbert Wigwe moved into his new house at Queen's Drive, Ikoyi, Lagos. A mighty, imposing edifice that speaks to his ambition and class. It was his dream house, and so no cost was spared in building it. A state-of-the-art house that is fully digital and automated as well. You know, the type of house that where Siri and Google Assistant control the basic functionality of the property. According to a rough estimate from those with the knowledge of the property that I spoke to, over 10 billion naira was spent on the project. And the reason why Herbert spent that much on the property was not far-fetched. It was meant to serve as his retirement home in Lagos, so he made sure he spent money to build it. 3 weeks ago, he hosted Africa's richest man Aliko Dangote and his bestie Femi Otedola in the new property. They had dinner together, but before that, he took them around his new property to show the two Forbes billionaires his new acquisition. He was a man whose palm kernel was cracked by the gods. Little did Herbert know that it would be the last time he would be hosting Aliko Dangote and his bestie Femi. Herbert was a very wealthy man in his lifetime. Before he died, he was the majority shareholder of Access Bank as he controlled 9% of the bank. The 9% shareholding made him the largest shareholder of Access Bank. The shares he controls were collectively worth $54 million. For all his humongous wealth, one thing that stood out about him is that he loved God and then committed the wealth that God gave him to serving him and supporting his work. Before he died, he was an active member of the Adeboya's Rccg and he worshipped with a branch of the Rccg called City of David, an upscale RCCG church in Lagos, and he was present until his death. He worshipped with them 2 Sundays ago. In 2018, the City of David had an outreach in Makoko. The budget was 800 million. Herbert brought 500 million of the money, and the church brought the rest. Until he died, he was paying the salaries of choir members of City David Church secretly and quietly without making a fuss about it. The City of David was the biggest church building for the RCCG family in Lagos, complete with a helipad. And when the project was at its infancy level, Herbert made sure that Access Bank paid for a 10-year lease of the office space to be domiciled on the building. He did this when the church project was at the foundation, and it took 5 years after the payment for the project to be done and for the bank to occupy the space. This was who Herbert was, a man who loved God and was unapologetic about it. I've been reflecting on Herbert Wigwe's life and how empty life is since I woke up this morning, and I came to one conclusion: life is just fleeting. Do your best to live your lives on your terms and create enough memories. Love the people who love you back and touch as many souls you can. At the end of the day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. I will begin my own opinion. I will give my own opinion, but first I'm going to talk about a particular verse in Ecclesiasticus, which says, if you're a Christian, vanity is vanity, all is vanity. I love the part where the writer of this article said, live your life on your terms. Because at the end of the day, my dear, you see those people who you are trying to shield or put yourself in a bottle for. If you're somebody who you're not maximizing your full potential, you're not living your true self. You know that you can be more, you know you can do more, but for reasons best known to you, maybe fears of failure or what will people say. Oga, at the end of the day, will nobody send anybody, Papa. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, nothing. Nobody will even remember after 1 week, 2 weeks, a month at most. You understand? It is only your family members, and even your family members with time, and as time goes on, they have this love in their heart for you, But other things go start to dey creep in. Them too, they go want, they go want to be free. So live your life on your terms. Do not hesitate to do the things that you would really want to do, most especially if they're going to be beneficial to you. And of course, they're not going to harm anybody as well. Life is fleeting. Even I will take another what's it called, phrase from Book of Psalms, which says, our life is like an evening shadow. Meaning nobody is, I've said it before, immediately you are given birth to as a child, as an infant, the most certain thing that everybody is certain of after life is death. Once they give birth to a baby today, you see, if the child falls sick, I don't want anything to happen to my child. I don't want my child to die. That is it. Whether you are going to be rich or poor is not certain. So this is it. That is just it. Our life is like an evening shadow. Live your life on your terms. Be free. Do the things that brings you joy. Be the things that brings you laughter. Do not put yourself in a box for anybody. God that gave you life said he has given you life for you to live in abundance. For us to live in abundance. So do not allow anybody to make you live in scarce. God is the author and finisher of a life, but your destiny is in your hands, which means you can be whatever you want to be. And at the same time, how about life is being spoken on now? People are speaking of how generous he is. You understand? Are speaking on how he took care of himself. He is somebody who is wealthy, but he did what he wants to do. Come as I do say, make I no can do this thing now. But they can't they talk. Concern anybody. Anything you want to do. So far it is going to be fun. Then he said, love. There's one thing again, love those who love you. Do not hide about it. If you're somebody who you're with your family members, with your spouse, please, you have to be very vocal about it. Let it show in your actions. So that if you are not there, it will continue to give them this sense of warmth. It is going to be radiating. Anytime they remember the past by, you see your portrait, the past by, they see your shirt, the past by, they see your dress. Had it been this, my sister is here, she would have asked me what I want. You understand? But that does not take away the fact that life, as I've said this before, life is not certain. Death is more certain than life. Immediately you're giving birth to, the most second thing that is certain is death. So we have to make very good use of our life and make sure, I've said it before, in that 10, 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, if you're aware that this is how, as in if death comes and you're actually aware, what is going to be running through your mind? This is it. How will people remember me? My family, how will they remember me? Did I live a good life? Please, so that you're not going to be wailing in regrets while you are experiencing the transition. Live your life. Live a very good life that is pleasing to, most especially, to God and to yourself as well. All right, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.